One of the things that is going to happen is, well, first of all, I'll tell you this story. Oprah said this on her show some time ago. She said that someone betrayed her. Someone did some really awful, nasty things to her. And so as a result, she held a grudge for a long time against that person. And then she was out one day, and she saw them on the street or at a fair or whatever it was, and she saw the person was laughing and joking and having a great time, and she said to herself, you know, I'm here holding a grudge, and I'm expecting that person to one day take responsibility for what it is that they did to me. And I can see now that that's ridiculous. That makes sense. And so what I want to say to you is, I want to tell you three things, because what is going to happen is we're going to end up doing betrayal seminars. And so to tell you about that, there's really basically three things. I'll take just about 3 minutes to tell you this. First of all, it's really sort of the background associated with that. Also the vision of it, and then some action steps. So the background, if you take the Oprah story a little further, kind of goes like this. When someone betrays you, someone bushwhacks you, right? Someone deceives you, I think there are about 3 places that you would go as the injured party. The first one is, you say, hey, you know what? They did that to me, and I am going to retaliate. I'm going to do everything in my power to come against them, their family, their friends, their loved ones, their possessions, whatever it is, and however long it takes, right? And you're just full of anger and bitterness and hostility. Poison, really, is what it is, right? And a buddy of mine once said, he said, you know what's interesting? It's like you're all full of that rage, and what you're really saying is, you're taking that poison, expecting somebody else to die. Just doesn't happen. Second condition is, you say, you know what, that happened to me, and as a result, I'm never going to allow anybody to get that close to me. I'm shutting that part of my life down. Doesn't matter how long or whomever it is, they're never going to get that close to me again. Problem with that? Talking about my mother says, you know, no thing and no one can keep you from whatever it is that God has for you except ourselves. And so in that condition, what you're really doing is you're saying, I'm shutting myself off to what it is that God really has for me. Now the third condition, there's probably a fourth, but the third condition is to say, you know what? I'm going to forgive myself. I'm going to forgive that person. And I'm going to try to rise above this betrayal, getting bushwhacked, and try to get on with life and living. And so that's what we're going to do, is we're going to start a series of seminars, betrayal seminars, where it is safe environment, number 1. Number 2 is to give me the opportunity to talk about those areas where I've been betrayed and bushwhacked, right? Because a lot of times buddies come to me and they go, hey John, you know what, I'm going through a situation right now, and I really want to be able to process that with you. Because I know you've been through some stuff a whole lot worse than me, right? And so it's that environment to give people an opportunity to talk about, hear from me in terms of the things where I've been betrayed, and then give them the opportunity to really talk about that as well, and then to hear from other people who have been betrayed, and as a result they've done some things, and now they can get on with their life, right? Now, I have to tell you, I'm not a counselor. I don't play one on TV. Right? But I can tell you this, that I'm aligned with people who are. And so my objective is to really be a guide or a pointer to say, hey, look, if you're really interested in not living that way, to shut yourself off, or if you really don't want to be in a position where you're going to be trying to retaliate against someone, here's some steps you ought to take, and here's some people maybe that you would consider wanting to talk to and process with. See, because if you hang around me long enough, here's what you'll end up hearing me say. That at the end of the day, however long it is that I walk on this earth, I want to finish strong. And I think that's true for most of us.
Yes, it is.
Right? We may be having difficulties with getting there, but we want to be able to finish strong. So, if you just hang out at my website, www.johnwendelladams.com, or the fact that you got here because we sent you stuff, you'll see some more really about that.